verse 12 says, for thou didst it secretly. If you got to do something in secret, you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. But thou did it secretly, right? It says, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun. So I'm going to let it be known to everybody of your judgment. Facts, bro. Real. You understand? So ask yourself, is your sin possibly worth the life of your child or your loved one? You got to keep that in mind. These wicked imaginations can be extremely dangerous if they go unchecked. Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. I'm Officer Yana with IUIC Baton Rouge. All right, so today's class, we're going to go over wicked imaginations, a sin that consumes you. And what inspired this is a lot of people, brothers and sisters, believe it or not, they battle things internally towards other people. All right, so let's get this first definition of imagination.
Imagination, a creation of the mind, especially an ideal or poet creation, a fallacy or empty assumption.
So an empty assumption, a creation of the mind. So your mind is capable of creating a false reality of what transpired, of how you view someone or what someone did to you, right? So, like I said, what is the mind? And what is it capable of doing that has the ability to destroy or build your destiny? So give me the definition of capable real quick. Definition of capable.
Capable of having the ability, fitness, or qualities necessary to do or achieve a specific thing.
So your mind is capable of achieving and creating the wickedness that you feel is right. You will justify your own self in your own wickedness. That's wicked imaginations, right? So give me Mark 7:21. Let's get the first scripture.
The book of Mark 7:21. For from within, out of the heart of men,
out of the minds of men,
proceed evil thoughts.
Evil thoughts, those creations.
Adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
Understand that sin is no different than any crime. It's premeditated. That's what it is. It starts in your mind first. You conceive it, and then you create in your mind trying to justify, oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that sister did look at me like that. She probably got this going on. That's wicked imagination. You are assuming this thing. You are creating this thing in your mind trying to justify your evil actions. You got to cut that out, man. And we're all guilty of it at some point in time, right? But watch this. Give me real quick Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9, right?
The book of Jeremiah 17 and verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I the Lord, search the heart and try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruits of his doings.
See that? The heart is deceitful above all things, desperately wicked. Who can know it? Jeremiah is telling us the mind is dangerous. Where does sin first have to take place? In your mind. You have to think about that thing. Look at that. So you got all these little devils right here, gassing him up. Yeah, because really, that brother right there, he can't do what you can do. You can do it better than he can do it. Yeah, he right. See, because remember this? All them brothers, all them, they all view you like this. Yeah. And that spirit in you, the righteous spirit is like, nah. But guess what? You've been fighting that spirit for so long. You got all these spirits conversing in your mind, gassing you up, telling you, nah, you better than that. You can do it. Desperately wicked. And that's how it happened, especially with you sisters. You start to feel a sense of entitlement because the position your Lord may be in. So you start dealing with sisters wrongfully. What? Hey, Bible say who can know it? All right. So what does desperately wicked mean? So a situation, desperately wicked, a situation extremely bad, serious, or dangerous. So you got to keep that in mind. Desperately wicked, bad, serious, or dangerous. So that's the definition I didn't give y'all, but that's what I have right here, right? So Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. So your mind is extremely dangerous. It is extremely dangerous. That's why I said earlier, it has the ability to destroy or create your future if you allow it to destroy you, right? So Sirach 40:1.
The book of Sirach 40 and verse 1. Great travail is created for every man, and in heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things.
So understand, great travail is created for every man. Every one of us has a custom fitted trial. That's your thorn in the flesh. Paul, his was lust. What's yours? You got to be real with yourself. Maybe you battle wicked imaginations. Maybe you're easily offended and you feel like a brother, man, that brother, he ain't want to shalom me. Nah, he got something against me. What the hell you talking about? Maybe he just didn't see you. Maybe he got so much on his mind that he's just not focused right now. And you can't act like you don't be guilty of it, because we all be guilty of it. Sometimes a brother be right in your face, hey, shalom. And you don't see him because you focus. It's not that you're ignoring him. You just be focused. You can't be like that. That may be something that you battle. Sisters, I notice, bro, a lot of sisters are easily offended. Smallest little thing. They looking. She don't like me. She never did. What the hell you talking about, sis? Cut it out, man. Bitter. Yeah, it is bitter. That's why it says, that's why great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things. Understand, every one of us has a custom-fitted trial for us, something that you go fight until the end. We have to understand that just because we're in this truth, this does not mean it will get easier. Yes, the Lord will show you more favor than others at times, but it does not exclude you from the trials to come. That's a testament of your faith, how you handle things. Everyone's level of faith is different. So can you give me verse 2, please?
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach 40 and verse 2. Their imagination of things to come, and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart.
And that's one of the biggest things. We always, the old saying, you fear the unknown. You fear the unknown. So there are many types of wicked imaginations, should I say, right? You got all praises. Says people always fear the unknown, and this can cause doubt, and it's easy to let your mind run when your faith is weak. And what happens is, because you're unsure, you doubt that the Lord will have your back, you get scary. You start trying to take things into your own hands instead of letting that man do what he got to do. Because a lot of times it's to better you, but as a people, we are impatient. We like everything on the spot. 10-minute abs. I wish that thing was true. Boy, I ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? 10-minute abs, fast money, fast cars, fast food. We are impatient as a people. Microwave results. Yes, sir. Instead of being patient, allowing these things to transpire. Would you say, bro, there's beauty in growth? Beauty in the struggle. We don't like the struggle. We don't like the struggle. So people always fear the unknown, and this can cause doubt. And it's easy to let your mind run when your faith is weak. Great warriors can cause you to be weak in spirit if you're not focused on the kingdom. You are struggling from weak faith, and you become impatient. Now here comes anxiety. Now you can't sleep. Now half your head bald because you're stressing. Don't allow these things to bug you. Be strong in the Lord. Don't we say that? Every week. What precept you had?
Genesis 6 and verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of thoughts of his heart was evil continually.
Every imagination in his heart was evil. You got to think about that. Matter of fact, something just popped in my mind. I don't have it on my list. Let me get that with Peter, the ship.
The book of Matthew.
Sorry, 24.
Yes, sir. The book of Matthew 14 and 24. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea.
So this is one of my favorite prophets to look at and reflect, because I see a lot of myself in Peter, a lot, right? Because it's easy, in this walk, it's easy to get distracted when there's chaos thriving around you. Go ahead, sir.
Tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the forewatch of the night, Jesus went unto them walking on the sea.
So the fourth watch is between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. Go ahead.
And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, it is a spirit. And they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore dost thou doubt?
Damn. You got to think about that. And I focus on this a lot, because when we go through our trials and our tribulations and we see these things, it's no different than us and Peter. It really isn't. So you're on the ship, right? You walking on a street corner. You see the word of God coming out. You're drawn to it. Imagine that's you, Peter. You see Christ. You see the truth. Damn, I want to do that. Hey, I know he the truth. I know he the truth. Look what he doing. Everybody else spook with you. Everybody turning away but you. No one else is paying attention to the truth but you. Now, Peter asked Christ if he can go out there. He said, yeah, come on. You came to this truth. What Christ said, sheep hear my voice.
Facts.
You chose to come. Right? So, can you read verse 27?
Yes, sir. Verse 27. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid.
Don't be afraid. Come on. You want eternal life? You want power to rule these damn nations? Come on. Read.
And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me to come unto thee on the water.
And that's what we do. Lord, you send up prayers, right? Lord, if this is what you want me to do, I'm going to do it. Just, give me a sign. Israel always want a damn sign. Give me a sign. Bishop start bringing out precepts and everything else, then things start unfolding for your damn eyes. You're like, oh, shoot, this is it. Now you get off that ship. Now you start to follow. Now you start to follow. It's no different than Peter on the ship. He asked Christ, hey, can I come out? Christ like, yeah, come on. Come on. So now you start your journey. You start your journey to repentance, because remember, we got to follow Christ. We trying to be where he at. We trying to be where he at. You know what I'm saying? And Peter answered and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. So understand, whenever we continue to read, that these waters look good until you step out there. Everyone always thinks, yeah, I'm gonna get in this truth. My life gonna change, and you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna say it's not gonna change for the better, but we will tell you, better buckle up. I hope you got on all-terrain tires. About to go down. You know what I'm saying? So read verse 30.
Yes, sir. Verse Matthew 14 and verse 30. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me.
And that's what happens. You begin to imagine, whenever you come to this truth, you begin to wonder and ponder on the things that you are uncertain about. You get nervous, you get spooked because you lack faith. It looked good on the ship, don't it? You see Christ, you see where you're trying to be at. But once you get out there and you step on that water and things around you start to shake and crumble, it gets scary. Now, you start to imagine, you start to have wicked imaginations, possibilities. Man, maybe I'm in the wrong thing. You got your evil ass family members in your corner. You know it's a cult. That's boisterous winds. They blowing all kind of BS in your ear. They call it blowing your line up. Man, you know them boys evil over there, man. It's a cult. Yeah, come on back. You know, Big Mama over here, Thanksgiving. You know, your cousin over here. You ain't seen your cousin. He just got out of prison. You know, y'all was best friends. And you know, so you start going, man, come on, man. You start going through all kind of stuff. Everyone's slandering you. So now you in a corner. You can't sleep good because you worried about all these distractions around you. And read verse 31.
Yes, sir. Verse 31. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore dost thou doubt?
And verse 30, he cried to the Lord, said, save me. Christ said the next verse, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? Did you doubt? Did Peter doubt when he got his ass off the ship? Or was it when he stepped on the water? Peter was the only prophet to do that. Or was it when this man was stepping on the elements through a doggone storm? It wasn't until he took his eyes off of Christ and he got unfocused. That's when he started to doubt. And that can cause that anxiety in you because you take your eyes off of Christ, you become unfocused, and then you have all these things. You're imagining all these vain things. That's why I said people always fear the unknown. May I read Sirach 40 and 2, please?
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach 40 and verse 2. By imagination of things to come, in the day of death, trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart.
And that, I know, I kind of sidetracked, but that's why I went to Peter. Because, once again, people always fear the unknown, and this can cause doubt, and it's easy to let your mind run when your faith is weak. Great words can cause you to be weak in spirit if you are not focused on the kingdom. You are struggling from weak faith. That's just what it is. Watch this, Sirach 2 and 13.
The book of Sirach 2 and verse 13.
Because what happens is we don't keep these things in mind, or maybe we overlook it. Whenever I first came in this thing, I meditate on Sirach 2 all the time. I tell brothers whenever they first come in, meditate on Sirach chapter 2, the whole chapter. Look at it. Read it slow. Israel, not all of us are quick learners. Look at that one scripture about 4 or 5 times. This is that one verse. Let it marinate in your spirit. Read that, please.
Verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
You got to think about that. Destruction unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Why would the Lord defend you if you don't even believe in him? That's why you're stressing out. That's why you have anxiety, because you don't believe that the Lord is going to defend you. Why would he defend someone who don't even believe in him? That's why the scriptures say, in their affliction, they seek me early. Sometimes some of us got to get touched. Be hard-headed and rebellious as a people. Read verse 14, please.
Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
Like I said before, we want everything fast. Everything fast. Because we're impatient and we don't want to wait on the Lord. Read.
They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways.
That's it. Be patient. In your patience, possess ye your soul. We don't want to be patient, though. We hate that. We hate that. That's why we struggle from high blood pressure. Was one of the reasons, because anxiety raises your blood pressure, right? So depression. You start going through all these things. All these things start to seep in your spirit and corrupt your mind. So this is usually the case for financial woes and marital troubles. These things usually take place for financial woes and marital troubles. Your spouse, whether he don't believe or she don't believe, you feel like there's no hope. You feel like you can't find a way out. You're impatient. And what happens is the Lord was patient with you, so you can't be patient with them. Brothers, understand your wife is the weaker vessel. You can't expect her to catch things as fast as you do. Be patient. There's something I noticed, brothers be quick to want to throw their wives away. Bro, you've been here 6 months. What are you talking about? Sit down in the corner and pay attention. Be patient. Give me Sirach 2:11, please.
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach 2 in verse 11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction.
That's it. The Lord is full of compassion and mercy. Wait. Long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. Man, be patient. Be patient. The Lord is trying to show you something. A lot of times we be failing these trials. It'd be like I view it like it's a video game sometimes. I keep that last boss keep spanking me. I'm like, damn, I don't know how I'm beating. You keep failing that same trial because you ain't learned how to overcome it yet. So the Lord gonna keep hitting that reset button on you. Remember back in the day, the flip up Nintendo, you had to hit the reset button or the power button. It spawned right back to the very beginning, level 1. Like, damn! I do this all over again. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Congratulations. Be patient. All right? So let's go back to Mark 7:21. Wicked imaginations can lead to a plethora of things if you aren't careful.
Yes, sir. The book of Mark 7:21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
So out of the minds of men, proceed evil thoughts. So now you start to create certain things if you don't check that spirit, right? So the first thing that we went over goes towards like anxiety and things like that. That's a form of a wicked imagination because it's foolish. It's vain things, right? So let's look at the history real quick. So let's look at 2 Samuel chapter 13, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The book of 2 Samuel 13 in verse 1. And it came to pass after this, that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister, whose name was Tamar. And Amnon, the son of David, loved her.
And the son of David loved her. Amnon, the prince, right? Loved his sister. Now, was it just that normal, I love my sister type of deal? Let's see. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And Amnon was so vexed, he felt sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin. And Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her.
Oh, Lord.
But Amnon had a friend whose name was Joadab, the son of Shimei, David's brother. And Joadab was a very subtle man. And he said unto him, Why art thou, being the king's son, lean from day to day? Wilt thou not tell me? And Amnon said unto him, I love Tamar, my brother's Absalom's sister.
So you got to think about that. This is a wicked imagination. You lusting over your sister. Verse 2 said, and Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister. Imagine this is on your mind so heavy. So heavy. You can't even sleep good. You tossing and turning in your bed over your damn sister. You know what? People be laughing like, oh man, that's nasty. That's white folks. No. That's us. That's why it's in the Bible. That's us. So read verse 5, please.
Yes, sir. And Jonadab said unto him, lay thou down on thy bed, and make thyself sick. And when thy father cometh to see thee, say unto him, I pray thee, let my sister Tamar come, and give me meat, and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it, and eat it at her hand.
So this is a great example of letting your lust take over. He is getting counsel from his homeboy on how to rape his sister. So you letting your friend tell you how to sleep with your sister. What the hell? Well, we crazy. Well, we crazy as a people. We got to get it together. But things written aforetime are written for our learning. These things are in the Bible because there are brothers, hell, even sisters out there that struggle from that. And that's a wicked imagination. Your lust can take over and will take over so strong to where you eyeballing your sister. You eyeballing your brother. And you can't sleep. Now you getting counsel from one of your little friends on how you can get them. Read Sirach 23:6. Yes, sir. Real quick. So you got to think about that, man. This thing is consuming his mind. He's imagining all these things. That's why he fell sick. Because the wicked imaginations consumed his mind so much, he tossing and turning in his bed. Tamar. Boy, he couldn't even eat. This boy crazy. Read.
The book of Sirach 23 and verse 6. Let not the greediness of thy belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind.
It says, let not the greediness of the belly nor the lust of the flesh take hold of me. Man, that lust and put a steering wheel in his back and drove him clean to Colorado. So let's go back and look at our history once again. 2 Samuel 13:6.
The book of 2 Samuel 13 and verse 6. So Abnon laid down and made himself sick.
So now he didn't follow through with the counsel.
That's crazy words. And when the king was come to see him, Abnon said,
They daddy came to see him. Read.
Abnon said unto the king, I pray thee, let Tamar my sister come, and make me a couple of cakes in my sight, that I may eat at her hand. Then David sent home to Tamar, saying, Go now to thy brother Abnon's house, and dress him meat. So Tamar went to her brother's Abnon's house, and he was laid down. And she took flour and netted it, and made cakes in his sight.
So, sense in the spirit. She's like, man, I'm going to go look out for my brother. I'm going to go look out for my brother. And the brother over there just crazy. Hard up, wilding out. Nasty work. Nasty work. Diabolical. You know what I'm saying? Hey, jump to 14.
Yes, sir. Verse 14. Howbeit, he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than she, forced her and lay with her.
So now, her being a good sister, she going to look out for her brother. Whenever you read, matter of fact, read 13.
Yes, sir.
Let's get the context.
Yes, sir. Verse 13. And I, whither shall I cause my shame to go? And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. Now therefore, I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from thee.
So sis was moving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was trying to be wise because she knew she couldn't overpower him. She knew it. She said, man, look, if you do this, you have to foolish. Hey, go talk to the king. Go talk to our daddy. Yeah, go get counsel to see if you can do this first. No, she was trying to get out of that. Now, man, his lust was on him so strong to where he wasn't even trying to hear nothing. He wasn't trying to hear nothing. Read 14, please.
Yes, sir. Howbeit, he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than she, forced her and lie with her. Then Abnon hated her exceedingly. so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he had loved her.
So that spirit within him was so strong. After he defiled his sister, he hated her. That's how you know it was just lust. It was, brother had the devil on him, straight up. And he let that thing consume him. And after that, he hated the sister. He hated the sister. So now remember, it said above that 2 Samuel 13:2, and Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister, for she was a virgin. That was the thing. She was untouched, and he wanted that. So, what it was? I'm sorry. Yeah, last part, please.
And Amnon said unto her, arise, be gone.
After he raped his sister, he said, go ahead and get your ass up out of here. Now he angry. He mad at her. You did it. You mad at her. Read Psalms 140:2, please.
140 in verse 2. Which imagine mischief in their heart continually. Are they gathered together for war?
So it says, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. So jump to verse 4.
Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who has purpose to overthrow my goings.
Understand, rape is a violent act. A violent act. You understand what I'm saying? So verse 4 says, keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. So these things happen, unfortunately. Brothers, if you battle that type of spirit, yeah, leadership go get on you, but you need to go get help. The last thing you want to do is destroy somebody. Rape is it's like murder. That's the last thing you want to do is destroy somebody and get an ill name. Like the scripture say, let the righteous smite me, for it should be a kindness. Go to your leadership, get some help. Go talk to them. Because what'll happen is you will sit down and you'll be vexed like Amnon was. That lust are sitting you so strong and you'll commit a violent act like that. Don't do that. All right. So give me, imagine how caught up you have to be in your own lust to let your friends tell you you can rape your sister, bro. That's crazy. So, let's get another example of a wicked imagination. Go to 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 2. You know what's crazy? King David's sons, man. It's King David's sons. King David battled with lust. His sons was fighting that thing too. Mm-hmm. Hey. So let's look at 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 2.
The book of 2 Samuel 11 and verse 2. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David,
so it says, and he saw a woman washing herself. So right then and there, his imagination went crazy. Mm-hmm. His imagination went crazy. Because it wasn't like, no, come on, man. The brothers that's watching, we men ain't no this. Nah. You staring over there. You lost your mind. So the roof, he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. So you know it wasn't no half a second, 2-second glance. Nah. King David didn't just so happen to turn his head and see. He had to see her long enough to notice how attractive she was. So he looked from head to toe on back up, probably stopped chest. He seen the head once, he was good. Everything else. So watch this. Sirach 9 and 5. So these scriptures we have to learn how to implement right then and there. It's a saying I like to say called be spiritual in the moment. You have to be aware of yourself right then and there. You know, I heard Deacon Joshua say a while back, he said in the class, he said, I'm starting to think that self-examination is a spiritual gift. He said it jokingly, but he was like, I said, no, I'm serious. I started thinking about it, like, dang. Yeah. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 5. Gaze not on a maid, that thou not fall by those things that are precious in her.
So gaze not upon a maid, because what'll happen, whenever you look, your mind start running. All the possibilities of the what ifs. What's that thing on Disney Plus? What if? No, it's a Marvel thing on Disney Plus. What if? What if T'Challa was the Black Panther was Doctor Strange? Right. Yeah. So you start to think, what if I got with her? How would it be? So you factoring all these things in your doggone mind. So the scriptures say, gaze not upon a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. Let's go back to 2 Samuel 11 and 3.
The book of 2 Samuel 11 and verse 3. Mm-hmm. And David sent an esquire after the woman, inquired after the woman, and said, is it not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?
So his imagination, that what if factor was so strong, he put it into play. This is the premeditated sin. Mm-hmm. So now it went from him thinking or imagining that what if factor to carrying out, putting it into play. This man sent someone to inquire about the woman, right? And he knew that she was married. He already knew she was married. So now he flexing, I'm the king. Damn. That wicked imagination, that what if factor is too strong. Got it. He fell victim. Uriah the Hittite, that is. He fell victim to King David's sin. So he had to imagine the act first before he acted upon it. Because remember, the imagination is a creation of the mind. So the what if factor kicked in. What if this? What if that? He created this small little mini world of the possibilities of what it could be like, of what she could be like, of what could transpire and take place. If you run a game, you always say, shit, I see our future. Now you running game. You creating this false narrative. So Bishop Nathaniel said something a while back. One of his quotes, he says, watch your thoughts for they become actions. Watch your actions for they become your character. Very true. Very true. So, and that's a lot of brothers and sisters fall victim to not being able to control their wicked imaginations. 2 Samuel 12 and 12, please.
2 Samuel 12 and verse 12.
Yep.
The book of 2 Samuel 12 and verse 12. For thou doest it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun. Mm-hmm. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, the Lord also hath put away thy sins, and thou shalt not die. Howbeit, because of this deed, thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme. The child also that is born unto thee shall surely die.
So we have to understand that the judgment behind King David's action was his child's life. Remember, the Lord will allow things to happen to people around you to prove a point to you. King David didn't fear death, but he did have a love for the people. Like, nah. Remember, King David was the only one who lost a son. Bathsheba lost her son as well. So we got to think about that. It says, verse 12 says, for thou didst it secretly. If you got to do something in secret, you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. But thou did it secretly, right? It says, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun. So I'm going to let it be known to everybody of your judgment.
You still know
about it. Facts, bro. For real. You understand? So ask yourself, is your sin possibly worth the life of your child or your loved one? You got to keep that in mind. These wicked imaginations can be extremely dangerous if they go unchecked. So Proverbs 15 and 3. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3.
The book of Proverbs 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
Every place. That's why the Lord told him, thou did it in secret. I'm going to do this for everybody. I seen it even when you thought I didn't see it. Matter of fact, watch this. Go to Proverbs.
Proverbs 7 and verse 9. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black, and in dark night. And
So this is usually, whenever you read about this, if you read Proverbs chapter 7, it's going into the adulterous woman. Watch, read that.
Verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the entire of a harlot and subtle of hearts.
What you think gonna happen in the middle of the damn night? What you think happening? You think you doing that in secret? I like how Deacon Asaph be saying, you think the Lord ain't gonna hold you accountable for that? He most definitely will. Watch this. Give me Job 24:15. Job chapter 24, verse 15.
The book of Job 24 and verse 15. The eye also of the daughter waited for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguised his face.
I'm telling you, wicked imaginations, man. The Lord see everything. He see everything. That's why Proverbs 15 and 3 says the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Even when you brothers in the doggone, the image right there. See, we like to associate that with evil. But you think an angel ain't watching you around? You brothers sliding in the DMs? You know what I'm saying? Are you sisters secretly texting other brothers that ain't your damn husband? The angel right over your damn corner. Yeah, I want you to know I'm about to tell on your ass right now. As soon as you hit sin, Lord, look what she did. I'm telling. Hey, brothers and sisters do fall victim to these wicked imaginations, man. So that's why I wanted to bring out that history pertaining to King David, because understand, you ain't getting away with nothing. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So never forget, your trials is not yours alone. Someone is always attached to it. Remember, Bathsheba also lost her son as well that day. All right? Another example of wicked imagination is deceit. Deceit. This is another big one. Most people that are deceitful do this to get their way or point themselves or paint themselves in a certain narrative because they want to be viewed a certain way. They secretly watch it from the corner, nah. So let's get that definition of deceit. What is deceit? Because black folks don't like to Google things. I was like that once. I repented from that. I will Google everything.
Deceit, the action or practice of deceiving someone by concealing or misrepresenting the truth.
The act of causing someone to accept as truth or valid when what is false or invalid. So that's another definition that I have. So the quality of being dishonest or misleading, the quality of being deceitful, the action or practice of deceiving. Scroll back up, bro. Yeah, I was reading from the Miriam. Yeah, go down to Miriam. It's all right. Deceit, yeah. Yeah, let's get that. The act of causing someone to accept as true or valid what is false or invalid. The act of practice of deceiving. Deception. Brothers are secretly Decepticons. You got Transformers and you got Decepticons. Damn, they're just showing the world. Yeah. So these things happen. Brothers and sisters can and will have a spirit of deceit on them. Okay? So give me Psalms 101 and verse 7. So if you have this spirit and you're holding on to it secretly, examine yourself, all right? So this segment of this class is for you.
The book of Psalms 101 and verse 7. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight.
He that worketh deceit shall not dwell in my house. You think you go get in? Nah, you go watch from the window. You go watch from the window, my boy. You ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? So give me Proverbs 26:23. Because that deceit stuff, it's not good. If you're a leader, it's a bad trait to have. It's a bad trait to have. Don't paint yourself in a light. How can you grow if you're masking your hangups? If you're masking the things that you battle, you're masking your hangups. It's no different. View it like this. You know you ain't washed your behind in 3 days, but you get that old Axe body spray. No, your ass still funky. We can smell it. We can smell it. That's what you know. We can smell it. Especially you go around leadership, spiritual men. Ooh, goddamn. Brother, you got to put that soap on your body. You got to put some soap to that. So watch this. Read Proverbs 26 and 23.
Yes, sir. The book of Proverbs 26 and verse 23. Burning lips and a wicked heart are like a potsherd covered with silver dross.
So a potsherd is broken pieces of a vase, or vase, however you want to say it, right? Silver dross means impurity from melted silver. So burning lips of the wicked heart are like pieces of a broken vase with impurities of silver. It's not worth anything. It could have been, but it wasn't thoroughly furnished. Mm-hmm. Proverbs 26:24.
Proverbs 26 and 24. Mm-hmm. He that hated disassembled with his lips and lieth up deceit within him.
Damn. So he that hateth disassembleth with his lips. You can secretly hate a brother or sister, right? Disassembleth with his lips. So you will unravel the unity because you are being deceitful, because you feel a certain way towards a brother or sister, and lieth up deceit within him. Give me the definition of disassemble.
Disassemble, to take apart.
So go ahead.
Disassemble a watch.
So to pull something apart. He that hateth disassemble with his lips and layeth up deceit within him. You got to be mindful of that. Wicked imaginations, because you may be envious of someone, jealous of someone, so you're willing to unravel the unity? No. The Lord go remove you, or he go judge you, or you go get it together. You got 3 options. Really, if you remove you about to get judged. It's on his way. I'm on the way. So, give me Proverbs chapter 26, verse 25.
Yes, sir. Proverbs 26 and verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart.
You got to think about that. So if you have the spirit of deceit, the Bible say, hey, don't believe him. Don't believe him. Because verse 24 said, he that hateth disassembleth with his lips and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his mind. Come on, you got to work on that, man. You got to examine yourself. Are you really about the brotherhood? The Bible tells us to love the brotherhood. There's so many scriptures that tell us to come together. Zephaniah 2:1. Malachi 3:16. They that fear the Lord spake often one to another. All these things are mending and forming bonds because of deceit, because you have wicked imaginations towards a brother or a sister or whatever. You are willing to disassemble with your lips. In order to form a speech, that conversation must take place in your mind. You got to work on that as a people, man. We really do. Give me Acts 20 and 29, please. 20 and 29. Because there's people who will sit right in the midst of the congregation. And they sit down and they look. And we were talking earlier, you're Shalom that hit you one of these. No, I said, bro, come on, man, stop. The Bible says, let your love be without dissimulation. No, don't come here being fake. You ain't got to shalom me. I'm going to be all right. But you better get it together, though. You got to get it together. Read that.
The book of Acts 20 and verse 29. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in amongst you, not sparing the flock.
And that's the truth, unfortunately. Some people come in, they seem to be holier than thou, and they seem, I ain't say holier than thou, but they seem like they're about this truth. Huh? Yeah, they're perfect. They'll frame themselves just men. They will pretend to be a certain way, but really, they just want to destroy you. Now I'm saying, or a person may rise up in the ranks, or leadership may view a brother or sister a certain way. Like, dang, hey, you know what? That's just do a lot of work. She got a real good spirit, and you over there looking. Can't stand her. Yeah, eating that banana. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Hey, did you know sister so-and-so, she battled this. She got this going on. That's why y'all be careful who y'all counsel with. You mess around and tell someone that's not really in the spirit the things you battle, and they didn't load their mug in the clip. The moment leadership big you up, foul, look, she battle that. And you're like, sis, the hell? Oof. All right, so watch this. What I had you read now?
Acts 20 and 29.
All right, give me Proverbs chapter 26, verse 26 again, please.
Proverbs 26 and verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation.
Whose hatred is covered by deceit. You will secretly hate somebody. You have real hatred, but you masking that hatred because you behind the scenes painting the narrative a certain way. Oh yeah, he like this. Oh, he can't do that. I could do this better than him. Man, why you view him like that? Hey, that's hatred. It is hatred, but you're masking that with deceit, because what's happening is you hate them secretly. You hate them secretly, so you're moving secretly and you're deceiving people. Read verse 27, please.
Yes, sir. Who diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him.
You doing this, it's only a matter of time before your foot slip and you on a little hill and that stone roll clean over you. You know the old cartoons, how their body be flat, they be rocking back and forth. That's gonna be your spirit. You'll get rolled clean the hell over. Read verse 28.
Yes, sir. A lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin.
It be the ones that watch you progress in the spirit, and they look in the corner. You know what I'm saying? They say all these things. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. So with all these things being said, let's get a historic example of these things. Let me get 2 Samuel 15 and 1. 2 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1. Yes, sir.
The book of 2 Samuel 15 and verse 1. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass after this, that Absalom prepared a chariot and horses, and 50 men to run before him. Mm-hmm. And Absalom rose up early and stood beside the way of the gate. And it was so, that when any man that had a controversy came to the king for judgment, then Absalom called unto him and said, O what city art thou? And he said, Thy servant is one of the tribes of Israel.
All right, so watch this. For those of you who don't know, Absalom is King David's son, making him the prince by default. He's a prince. If your father is the most feared king in the land, and everyone know that this man has favor with the one true God, and you his son, that's a flex by itself. Read the next verse out.
2 Samuel 15 and verse 3. And Absalom said unto him, See thou their matters are good and right, and there is no man to depute of the king to hear thee.
Now we just read in verse 2 that if there's any controversy, it went to the king for judgment. Now here we are, verse 3. Absalom said unto him, See that thy matters are good and right, but there is no man to dispute of the king to hear thee. Read verse 4.
Absalom said, moreover, oh, that I were made judge in the land, that every man which had any suit or cause may come into me, and I would do him justice.
So he said, I'm going to do him justice. They got to come to me. I thought they had to go to the damn king. I thought, yeah, there it is right there. Look at him. I can't stand him. He got that damn crown. That should be me. I should be the king. I should be the number one. That crown fit me better anyway. He old as hell. He can't do what I can do. He ain't strong as me. I'm telling you, brothers will sit down, look you right in your eye, and pretend. Bro, man, don't do that, bro. Keep it a buck. Keep it real. That's it. How many days of atonement then pass? If you have an issue with a brother, how many days of atonement then pass? Yeah, matter of fact, that's good. I like that, brothers. Hey, y'all boys in the spirit, man.
Animosity, a strong feeling or dislike or hatred, ill will or resentment tending towards active hostility, antagonizing attitude.
And, oh, come on, man. A strong feeling of dislike or hatred, ill will or resentment towards active hostility and antagonistic attitude. This goes into the conflict. Every time you have an idea, that brother, he fussing with you. He arguing. What the hell you arguing with me for? Why you been hostile towards me? Bro, if you don't like that, if you don't like the idea, just say you don't like it. God dog. What the hell wrong with you? But it's hatred. It's hatred. And what happens is brothers can battle things secretly and they're not used to battling that thing. And they need help on it because not everyone knows how to handle certain things. Everyone battle is different. Sirach 41. Great travail is created for every man. So yeah, let's read it. Let's read it real quick since I pulled it. I quoted it. Some brothers really have to work on that.
The book of Sirach 40 in verse 1.
Yeah.
40 in verse 1. Great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things.
Some brothers just go out to battle that thing, man. Some brothers just go have that spirit in them. But you have to get built up enough to suppress that thing. And you know what? A time will come where you may grow in the spirit and you may be able to subdue that thing. And what'll happen is it's not going to go away, but you'll learn how to handle it better. So when another brother does something and he gets recognition and maybe you had a part in doing that, you looking like, I did this, I did that. Come on, man, cut it out. All right, so let's get back on track. Give me 2 Samuel chapter 15. We read verse 5.
Yeah.
Let's read verse 5.
Yes, sir. The book of 2 Samuel 15 and verse 5. And it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him abstinence and put forth his hand, he took him and kissed him.
So Absalom at this point, he says, now remember verse 4, it says, and I will do him justice. So he's saying he gonna act in the place of the king, because the king's job was to pass judgment. So he's saying, verse 5, and it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him, what's that, of science, he put forth his hand and took him and kissed him. Verse 6, please.
And on this matter did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel.
And on this manner did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the minds of the men of Israel. Come on, man. He's envious. He's been deceitful. He's envious. His hatred towards his father. Because remember, whenever you read the history of Absalom, he was telling people that he was the king. That's deceit. That's wicked imaginations. He felt a certain way about his daddy from the jump. Taking his daddy wives, things like that. He wilding out. He's wilding out in these streets, B. So read verse 12.
Yes, sir. Verse 12. And Absalom sent for Ahithophel and Galeonite, David's counselor, from his city, even to Galon, while he offered sacrifices. And the conspiracy was strong, for the people increased continually with Absalom.
The conspiracy. Let's get the definition of conspiracy. Let's get the definition of conspiracy. So, this wicked imagination, when it processed, when it started, it was just in Absalom's mind. And it led up to a conspiracy. What they call it? Is it called a coup?
Yeah, cool.
It led to a coup. And matter of fact, I don't have that, but let's get the definition for that as well. Reading conspiracy.
Conspiracy, of act of conspiring together, an agreement amongst conspirators.
The act of conspiring together. Right? Hey, click on conspiring real quick.
Conspire, to join in a secret agreement to do an unlawful or wrongful act, or an act which become unlawful as a result of a secret agreement.
And we just read in verse 5. Absalom stole the hearts of the men. We read down verse 12. It says, and the conspiracy was strong for the people, increased continually with Absalom. Come on, man. A secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. Come on. This was a conspiracy of silence. Matter of fact, let's get that. Conspiracy of silence. So how many times has that happened amongst the congregation and some people's congregation? And I'm asking this question for a reason, because once we see the definition of conspiracy of silence, you'll be surprised. Oh, praise! We got fresh brains back there.
Conspiracy of silence, a secret agreement to keep silent about a current situation or subject, especially in order to promote or protect selfish interests.
Selfish interests? To paint yourself in a certain light. You're willing to let the congregation crash and burn because you want to be seen a certain way, because you ain't the number one guy. You could be number 2, number 3, number 4. You sit at the leadership table. Nah, it got to be me. What the hell wrong with you?
That ain't good enough.
People's spirits are in jeopardy. There is a conspiracy of silence. You're going to be quiet. You know there's murmuring in the congregation. You know there's sins in the congregation, and you don't want to say nothing because you want to see them crash and burn. I know it, because you know how to fix it, or you know what to do to fix it, but you won't vocalize to your brothers on how to fix a doggone congregation. That's evil as hell. That's some evil stuff right there. That's a conspiracy of silence. So guess what? And the reason why I brought this out, because these men that was with Absalom, they didn't even go to King David. So you mean to tell me that none of those men knew King David was still alive? Come on, man. That man out there making moves, making noise. No one said, hey, man, we got to tell King. Hey, his son wilding out in these streets. Nobody. That's a conspiracy of silence. You're willing to let the congregation crash and burn because of whatever way you feel. Maybe malice, bitterness. All right? So give me Sirach 13:16.
Yes, sir.
We almost done.
The book of Sirach 13 and verse 16. All flesh consorted to his kind, and a man will cleave into his like.
A lot of times, brothers or sisters that's like that, they hang with people who have that same spirit. I pick with an officer in the congregation sometimes. I was watching the Batman movie, and Alfred told Batman, he said, Master Bruce, some men just want to see the world burn. And there are some people in the congregation who just want to see the congregation fall apart. So all flesh consorted according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. So if you're hanging with brothers who talking reckless like that, you got to examine yourself. First off, you better drop a dime on them. Tell leadership straight up. Don't allow the congregation that the Lord has given you to take care of. All because you may not sit at the leadership table don't mean it's not your congregation. We are a family. We are a team. We are Israel united in Christ. So correct them. If you truly love your people, you have to be ready to tell them the truth, even if it's going to hurt their feelings. Bishop been talking about this. Are you offended? Are you offended? So Proverbs 27:6. Proverbs 27:6. We got to keep these things in mind.
The book of Proverbs 20.
Matter of fact, hey, read that real quick. His brother's all right. I'm sorry.
Okay, yes, sir. Willful ignorance is an act of intentionally avoiding information about something, typically to avoid dealing with unpleasant consequences or to maintain a desired state of mind.
Unpleasant consequences. You might get blasted. But why you didn't been said something? Sister so-and-so cheating on sister so on brother so-and-so. He doing this. I see him. Man, I know brother told me he went to strip club. I ain't want to get him in trouble. That's my boy. So you just gonna let sin thrive. That's you telling me. You goofy as hell. Read that, sir, please.
Proverbs 27:6.
Yes, sir.
Verse 6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
Come on, man. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Someone that really care about you gonna hurt your feelings. No, I know a lot of brothers, they run from Captain Shem. They run. They see Captain Shem. I see one brother, man. I'm Captain Shem will hurt my feelings. It don't feel good, but I know he loves me. You know what I'm saying? I know he loves me. And I know he's genuine. You know what I'm saying? So I seen one brother, big brother. Captain Shem he seen Captain Shem. He turned sideways behind the pole. I'm like, bro, I can see your big ass. If I can see you, Captain Shem can see you too. Why is you hiding from this man? Like a T-Rex. It's like Captain Shem a T-Rex. If he don't move, he just ain't gonna see you. What the hell? He still see you, bro. He's trying to better you. He's trying to better us. You know what I'm saying? We gotta just fix it, So faithful wounds, faithful are the wounds of a friend. Someone that's willing to hurt your feelings because they love you. But the kisses, someone that's gonna just pat you on the back and let you slide by. Of an enemy are deceitful because they know it's about to destroy you. Sirach chapter 3, and we're going to read Sirach 3, 24 down to 27.
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach 3 and 24.
Yes, sir.
Verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment.
An evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment. Don't allow that to be you. Yeah, hey, perfect. I want petty. Bro, we can still see you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Hey, we got to work on that, brothers, including myself, man. We go get it together, though. We go get it together. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't quit, you'll win. Eventually, you'll win. Just don't quit. So, that boy petty. You know what I'm saying? For many are deceived by their own vain opinion of how you may think someone should be or how you may think things should be ran. It says an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. All these things are wicked imagination, brothers and sisters. Read.
Verse 25. Without eyes thou shalt want light. Profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not. A stubborn heart shall fare evil at the last, and he that loveth danger shall perish therein. An abstinent heart shall be laden with sorrows, and the wicked man shall heap sin upon sin.
A wicked man shall heap sin upon sin. You ain't gonna stop.
Verse 20. Oh.
Nah. It's matter of fact, sidebar. Get me real.
The book of 1 John 2,
verse 11.
In verse 11. But he that hated his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness have blinded his eyes.
This is one of my favorite scriptures. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, even Mr. Sin, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness, that sin hath blinded his eyes. You have been doing it for so long, you can't even see yourself. You have been moving in that same wicked spirit for so long, you can't even see what you're doing. Leadership see it. This is where self-examination has to take over. You have to reflect and be honest with yourself. Be honest with the conversations that make you feel uncomfortable within you. You know what I'm saying? Speak on those things. So, with that, Israel, hey, Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Once again, I'm Officer Yanin with IUIC Baton Rouge. Hey, subscribe. Remember, stay in the spirit. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example.